Perhaps you've already seen sine and cosine graphs. They kind of look very curvy, maybe like that. And so today we're going to learn why that happens. And this is actually going to be broken up into two videos because I had already part of it done. So I'm just going to do the beginning portion here. All right, so if I've already put the unit circle here for you just to make it easier, and we're just going to go around the unit circle and only look at the special values at 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and then actually back to 2 pi. And so that's what these angles reflect. Okay, so we're going to graph sine first, which means I'm going to look at all of the y values as I go around the unit circle. So at the y value of 0 degrees, I know that that's 0. So I'm going to, at 0, I'm going to plot 0. Okay, then at pi over 2, I'm going to plot the y value of 1. Why the y value? Because it's sine, and sine is y. So pi over 2, I plot 1. And I just go around the unit circle, and at pi, I plot the y value of 0. And at 3 pi over 2, I plot negative 1. And then I go back to 2 pi, and again I plot 0. Okay, and so I connect that, and then this is the graph that I get between 0 and 2 pi. Okay, so just to kind of explain again what that is, I have an angle, and then I have the y value because it's sine. The angles are 0, pi over 2, going around the unit circle, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi, and the y values going around the unit circle, if you start here, the y values are 0, 1, 0, negative 1, and 0. So just notice that every other angle is always 0. Okay, so what would happen if we continued this graph and didn't only have it from 0 to 2 pi, but it actually continued? Well, you could probably see if I were to continue this, it goes 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0. The next one would be 1. So and that's because it's like you're going around the unit circle, one full revolution, and then we go again. So we get 1, 0, negative 1, 0. So that would be 1, 0, and it would just continue. Actually, I should make that little piece dotted as well, because I just want to do it like that. Yeah. Okay, and then I can also go, sorry, this would go back up. And then what happens to the left? Well, it's going to go down. Why is that? Well, at negative pi over 2, that is right here, so I get negative 1. And then negative pi, that's 0. So again, it's always going to alternate between a negative 1. Oh, I didn't mean to make that dotted. Sorry. Not dotted, I mean. It's always going to alternate between 0, negative 1, 0, 1, and 0. Okay, so that's what the sine graph looks like. The domain of this graph is all reals. It's going on and on forever because every single angle, the x values are angles. And then the range, what's the lowest and the highest the graph will get? Well, you can see that it only goes from negative 1 to 1. And that's because y values for sine are always between in the unit circle. It never gets bigger than 1 or less than negative 1. And then what's the period of the function? Well, the period is how long it takes before it completely repeats. So like what's one full cycle? Well, that's just the entire unit circle. So the answer for that is 2 pi. And you can see that from here to here, that's a length of 2 pi, and then it begins to repeat. And then the amplitude is just the height of the graph. So that's the amplitude. And so the amplitude here is 1, height of the graph. Okay, now there is an easy way to remember this pattern if you know the theme song for Jeopardy. Okay, so Jeopardy goes do, 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 do. That sounds terrible, but what that means is it goes middle, high, middle, low, middle, and then that's one full cycle. So I'm going to do that again on the graph. Middle, high, middle, low, middle. So that's just a nice, easy way to remember sine. So sine, you can think of the Jeopardy theme. Okay, so let's graph cosine. Well, we're going to do the exact same thing, but now we're going to look at all the x values. So I'm going to go around the unit circle and look at 1, 0. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to highlight. 1, 0, -1, 0, 1. Okay, so if I make the little chart, this time it's theta, and then the x value of the unit circle it started at 1, and then at 90 degrees the x value is 0, -1, 0, 1. Again, they alternate. Okay, a 0 is every other number. So 0, 1, pi over 2, 0, pi -1, 3 pi over 2, 0, 2 pi, 1. That is one entire cycle, and that's what cosine looks like. So cosine starts high. That's kind of a thing that you can remember. Cosine starts at 1. Sine starts at 0. Okay, and you can just, again, look here to tell you that. And if I were to continue this graph, the next one would be 0, then -1, 0, +1, etc. So it just continues in that fashion. Domain, range, all these are exactly the same. -infinity to infinity, -1 to 1. Period, again, is also 2 pi. And the height of the graph is 1. The height from 0, the middle up to the top, that's 1. So a student once said to me, what's a good song for cosine? And we came up with it together in one class, and it was Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay, so I'll write that down. Mary, well, let me say it first. So it goes high, middle, low, middle, high. So Mary had a and then it ends. Okay, so that's the way that that one looks. Okay, so we can transform sine and cosine graphs. So in this exercise, you're going to actually need your computer, and we want to see what does the A do in front of the graph and what does the B do. So I want you to think about, like, when I had x squared versus y equals 3x squared, what happened, right? Did we get like a vertical stretch? You remember that? It's really going to be the same exact thing, or it could be a shrink if you have something like that. So enter this into your calculator, enter that code, and you can pause the video and just move the A cursor to the left and the right, and then come back after you pause the video and see what happens. Okay, so hopefully what you saw about the A affects the amplitude. And if you did not go and do this, please do it now, because it's just me telling you this is not going to mean anything to you unless you actually do it. And what happened when A was less than 0? Just like with a parabola, how it flips down when A is less than 0, same thing happens with the sine graph. So for the sine graph, if A is less than 0, it actually goes down and then up. That's what it looks like. Okay. By the way, if it was a cosine graph, so this is sine, if cosine was down, instead of starting up, if there was a negative, it would go, remember, it would go to 0 every other one. That's what it would look like for a cosine. Okay, so now the question is, what does B do? Well, B is on the inside of the function. So if you remember when we had something like this, that had something to do with the horizontal stretch or shrink, and also I think you probably remember it was the opposite. So please go to this site right now, play around with B, move it left and right, and see what happens, and then come back. Okay, so hopefully you can see that B actually affects the period of the graph, or horizontal stretch and shrink. Okay, And at this point, I'm going to ask you to, this is going to be the end of the video, and I'm going to ask you to pick up with the next video.